Hello everyone and welcome to some rapid action on leeches. I played a couple of games today and I did really well, and even though I wasn't planning on recording any rapid sessions today, it would be a shame not to use all this, all of these great moves that I'm playing in my unrecorded game. So hopefully this will also be a very nice game. So as usual, I'm continuing this series in order to help lower rated players maybe improve their game a little bit and decide how to approach certain positions. So I'm opening with e4 as I usually do. And my opponent replies with e5. We're gonna go knight to f3, challenge the center, and hopefully get some sort of a nice open game. Probably it will be either the two knights defense or the Evans Gambit, as it usually is. As I'm a bishop to c4 player, I don't play bishop to b5. Very rarely I go for the Scotch, and well, here it's basically bishop c5 or knight f6, which we've had a couple of times. No, it's actually bishop to e7. Okay, I don't know how to approach this properly, but I don't see a reason why we shouldn't just strike with d4. But he's slow playing it, I guess, so we could also slow play it. There's no reason not to grab the full center. Yeah, very interesting. Bishop to e7. I don't think this is a good move or anything. I just think it's, you know, I've never really checked it, but it does avoid any of the, I guess, tricky lines that come from the Evans Gambit or from the two knights defense. Okay, he attacks my e4 pawn, and we're gonna do what? We're gonna castle. Try to get at least some fun out of the position. If he captures, we're gonna go for. No, he's not gonna capture. Okay. Yeah, very interesting. Probably play d6. We're gonna have to play h3. I didn't really get any sort of a position that I was hoping for. This is now very will be a very slow game. But okay, even from a slow game, my opponent seems to be disconnecting a lot. But yeah, even from a very slow game, there are still great lessons to be learned. Okay, so he goes for knight captures on e4. Obviously, after rook captures, he will play d5 and capture my bishop. So I could capture the pawn on f7 to regain material. Whether I should do this or not, it's very hard to say. Probably not. I could play knight captures on e5. Also could be very interesting. Yeah, probably knight captures on e5 is the move here. Yeah, we just trade off everything, and it's not not the most spectacular way to play this. So now he could actually just capture, and then play d5, or he could play d5, captures. I'm guessing captures, and then d5 is better. And yeah, okay. No, he doesn't. He doesn't capture. Okay, that's very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I would like to keep my bishop here, but allowing knight d3 just doesn't look like something I should do. So he'll probably play d5. This way, we've prevented our rook from coming to e1. But that's fine. It's perfectly fine. Maybe not perfectly fine, but it's okay. Yeah. Now d4 could even be played. If it goes knight g4, that obviously doesn't work. Knight here, we also just capture. But yeah, I feel like he got a lot more than he should have out of this position, and he's also better on time. So yeah, we're struggling here, but objectively, it's I believe it is still playable. Yeah, okay, so d4, we're probably just gonna capture here. Yeah, let's just develop. We develop and that's it. Bishop to g5 is nothing. We have rook e4. Probably we'll play bishop to f5 next to stop rook e4. And yeah, then we have to play something like queen a4. I mean, I don't like it, but it has to be done. Or maybe even bishop g5 can be met with rook g3. Yeah. No, it's a pretty weird position. The material is equal. We both have the bishop pair. I have the isolated d pawn that can be weak, can be strong. So it's gonna be a fun game. Yeah, okay, so c6, taking away the d5 square from my knight. There are many ways we could play this, but I do like the e4 square for my knight, but I also like rook e4. The queen moves, and then we strike with d4. We challenge the knight, and then even d5 is an idea. So yeah, I think rook e4 is just more precise. But we'll see. So of course he wants to keep his queen on an active square. Yeah, let's go d4. If knight g4, we of course just capture. That's pointless. The knight should go back. He could. Okay, the knight comes to g6, and now how do we make progress? Bishop g4, sort of stopping bishop to f5. Yeah, I think it's the way to go. Bishop g4. Could play bishop h5 also. Nah, bishop g4. Looking for ways to be tricky. It's kind of allowing him maybe to develop, like rook e8. Then I have to capture, maybe hand over the e-file. But if I capture and then get the knight to e4, attack his queen and bishop, yeah, that's gonna be fine. And yeah, maybe we trade light square bishops. I somehow win his dark square bishop for the knight. And then I have a bishop versus a knight in an open game. Maybe a little bit of an advantage for me, perhaps. Yeah, now rook e8 will be met with just me moving the bishop, obviously. As if he captures, I want to capture with my knight. And probably I will develop the bishop to d2. Yeah, d2 seems like... well, okay, then he could play captures, captures, and queen captures. Then if I capture with check, he captures with the queen on f6, perhaps. So that's one thing to worry about. Bishop to f4, I think, is just equality. Yeah, can we play this for a win somehow? I like bishop d2, but like bishop d2, captures, captures. I sacrifice the d4 pawn, and bishop c3. Yeah, looks like a good idea. So we're inviting the trade, and we're inviting him to win the pawn. I don't think he'll... Oh, he could capture with the bishop, but then some rook d1. I mean, the bishop and the queen here. I don't know. No, yes, I'm talking nonsense. The queen is saying, of course, he has to capture with the queen. Yeah, bishop c3 just looks annoying. If we can capture here, get our bishop to control the dark squares. Yeah, many possibilities here. But it's always a thing with the isolated pawn. I mean, it's a weakness. It can be a strength. With his pawn on c6, it can't really ever go to d5. So unless I can defend it, it is a weakness. But yeah, we can capture the bishop next, and I mean, just play bishop c3. Oh yeah, he's not capturing it. It's not crazy. Is there any way to complicate? like maybe some knight c5 action. It's just bishop c3 maybe. Because if he captures, I have rook d1, and if c5, I have knight captures on c5. It's not a lot, but you know, maybe something. Yeah, okay, so he keeps the bishop. Maybe it was better to trade the bishops off, but who knows? Go rook d1. So I would say equal position, equal time. It could come down to who will play the end game that will follow faster, if it comes to an end game. Neither of us seems to be in a hurry to trade, into an end game. So okay, he's obviously going after the pawn, but the real threat is f5. We have to be careful here. So okay, he will probably win our pawn. It's fine. Very tricky stuff. All right, he can play. He can capture the pawn. We want the f5 square. You can have the pawn. He has to capture it if he wants to achieve something. I mean, if we just defend, I defend, he defends, then we can agree to a draw right away. But yeah, I don't think he likes my knight on f5. I think he can allow it, but probably shouldn't. And long term, I'm also planning to sacrifice the d pawn in order to open up this diagonal for the bishop. But yeah, even if he captures, I can play like knight f5, he'll play bishop f8, the bishop here defends everything. No, he doesn't capture it, okay. So, he can't really stop, yeah, okay, queen g5, okay, let's play knight f5, let's just get the knight there. He'll play bishop to f8, of course. I think bishop to f6 is not as good as bishop to f8. But I could also be wrong. Yeah, he plays bishop f6. And next he might be planning c5. Because if captures, he does have some checkmating threats. So we're going to play h4. Get rid of any checkmating ideas. And if c5, h5. Going after that g7 pawn. Yeah. Pretty crazy position. Okay, so he avoids it. Yeah, no doubt he would like to capture there. Could I just go 93, sacrifice the pawn, and then what? And then what? That is the question. Doesn't look like the best decision. I have to capture. I don't see anything better. And rook e1. Just get my rook off of the d1 square. Okay, so he goes here, and we're gonna advance further, I guess. Nah, we still should keep an eye on the g5 square, but no. Let's sacrifice this. Nah, he's not interested. He's not interested in anything. Probably queen g5, just... I'm not gonna trade. h6 also avoids any back rank issues for him. So now he can probably... Can he capture? Well, regardless of can he or can't he decided that he can. Okay. Let's see it. A nice check here. He cannot trade. he goes here, I go check, he goes here, and it's game over. Yeah. It was he avoided going after the pawn for so long, but now when he should have just continued avoiding to grab the pawn, he grabbed the pawn. So yeah, it was my isolated pass pawn was a weakness for the entire game, and it should have remained a weakness, but yeah, we don't even have to trade. H captures and G6 will be checkmate on the next move. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna analyze it as we usually do. I don't think it was a particularly well played game by me, but yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? I went for bishop c4, he played bishop d7, and I played c3. Yeah, obviously d4 is the way to go for the activity here. I decided, okay, we're gonna play it slow, knight f6. I castled. He didn't want to go for knight captures, even though it can be played. Rook e1, knight captures, bishop. Yeah, bishop to d5 is the move here. I remember I actually played this. Knight captures is actually losing for me. Wow. Knight captures, rook captures, knight. What was the problem? Knight captures on c4, rook captures d5. Like, okay, rook f4, bishop d6. Okay. So he traps my rook, okay? And if I go here, rook e8 is winning d4, bishop d7. Okay, so he wins the exchange. That's the problem. But he went bishop to f6. I went bishop to e2. He played d5, rook e3, d4, captures, knight c3, c6, and yeah, now rook e4, and we sort of consolidated d4, knight g6, and bishop to g4. Yeah, sort of a 0-0, maybe slightly better for black, but nothing real. Rook e8, I played bishop to d2, rook captures, knight captures, and here, yeah, I felt that I really consolidated here, but no real way to continue posing threats. I played rook d1, he played queen d5, I played knight g3, rook d8, all very nice moves, knight f5. Yeah, bishop to f6. Yeah, the engine likes his move more than it likes. I mean, it's 0, 0, and 0.2. Yeah, so bishop to f6 preferred by the engine. I played h4. h4 losing for me. Why? Because he has h5 and I capture, and what? Knight captures on h4. Oh. With a double attack, no way to defend. Haha. If I play g4, queen g2 checkmate. And if I don't, not a lot to be done here. Yeah, it'd be great if I had knight e7 check with the fork. I just don't. Yeah, so there's nothing to even try here. Okay, it was a one move blunder by me, this h4. He missed it. He played knight to e7, and now, okay, now I missed the move. Now queen captures on g7 is the move. Wow. Queen captures, bishop captures, knight captures. I mean, it's a draw, really. Nothing more. So maybe my idea was better here. After h4, he played knight this. I played knight captures on e7, bishop captures, and rook e1. Yeah, I mean, both are sort of equal. Bishop f6, I played h5, h6, a3, and bishop to d4, he loses the game. So that's the problem. Yeah, I gave him 2 winning chances. He did not take advantage of them. Well, the first chance that he gave me, it wasn't the toughest one to exploit. I captured and played rook to d8 with check. Yeah. King h7, queen f5 check, and that's it. Next move, he would play queen g7, and h captures and g6 would be checkmate. So not my finest hour, not my best game, but in the end we did manage to get a win. We're now close to 2250, getting to that 2300 maybe. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's the game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you found all of the moves that I haven't, as that means that this series is working, and it does have effect. So yeah, that's the game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon, continuing to check up on your wonderful suggestions and whatever else happens in the chess world, and with a rapid session here and there. So thank you all. I will see you soon, and have an excellent rest of your day.